Good morning, dear children. We are starting with a new lesson, and it is the sixth lesson. The title of the lesson is The Rarest Animal of All. So, by the topic, you must have understand the rarest animal of all. Rarest means like it can't be seen. It is rare. ரொம்ப common. It can't be seen every time, everywhere. So the topic is the rarest animal of all. So there are plenty of varieties, different types of animals are around us, isn't it? So here we are going to see about a rarest animal, common animal. ரொம்ப பார்க்க முடியாத ஒரு வினோதமான ஒரு animal பத்தி we are going to see in this lesson. Okay, I want to ask you a question, children. How many of you know to make sounds like animals, how they make sounds like, so most commonly dogs, we all know how to be bark, isn't it? Even cat, we can make the sound of a cat, and some birds too. So here like when we hear the sound of those animals, we'll make out that okay, this is a cat, or this is a dog, or this is a crow, and things like that, isn't it? So by the way they give the sound out, we are able to tell them that this is a particular animal, like that, isn't it? So here we are going to see about an animal. It is a rare animal, and let's see what is given in our lesson. Before we go into our lesson, I want to tell a few things about the author, and his name is John Dolittle. He's a doctor, and he's a man who learned to talk to animals and becomes the champion around the world. Okay, so he's a man who learned to talk to the animals. He's an American, and he has wrote plenty of books on the series of children, and he's a physician. Okay, he mostly shuns human patients in favor of animals with whom he can speak in their own language. And later on, he became a naturalist. Naturalist means is a person who uses his ability to speak with the animals for the better understanding of nature and about the history of the world. Okay, here Dr. Dolittle is a beloved character from the series of books by Hugh Lofting. Okay, the good doctor can talk to animals in his own language, and he sails around the world helping the animals everywhere. Okay, here we are going to see about the rarest animal of all, the Pushmi-Puleus. Pushmi-Puleus means it's a name of an animal. It is not found. It is not found anymore in this world. It is extinct. Extinct means it's not found. But long ago, when Dr. Dolittle was alive, there were some of them still left in the deepest jungles of Africa. So this is the animal. It's named as Pushmi-Puleus, and it's found in Africa. And even then, they were very rare. Even though they're found in Africa, they were found very rare, and they're not found anymore. So they had no tail. So you can see the picture and imagine they don't have tail, but they have head at each end. Can you see that? They have a head at each end and sharp horns on each head. They have a horns na kombu. So they have sharp horns on each head. They were very shy actually, and terrible hard to catch these animals. It's very hard to catch this animal. Okay, his name is Pushmi-Puleus. So no matter which way we come towards the Pushmi-Puleus, they'll be facing both the sides, isn't it? So if that animal has one head, maybe it can face ourselves, but it has a head on both the sides. So wherever we are, they can find out easily, and that is the reason we can't catch them easily. So many people tried catching this, but they have not caught it, and they have never seen this, and so they can't catch it. So only then if they catch this animal, they can put it in the soup. But since it is facing both the sides, the head was always awake. So one head will be sleeping and the other head will be watching. So like that it was. So now you can imagine how hard it is found to catch this animal. So though many of the greatest huntmen and the cleverest people, like the person who look after the collection of wild animals, huntmen, They have spent years of living, searching throughout the jungles, in weathers too, to catch this Pushmi police. Not a single one had been ever caught. So even then, years ago, he was the only animal in the world with two heads. Here is a conversation between some animal. So just we'll see about what it is. Okay. So one day the monkeys set out looking for this animal through the forest. Okay. They were searching for this forest. They want to find this animal and want to see they want to know what this Pushmi Pulios is. So after they had gone many miles, one of them found a strange footprint in the Kal Tadam near the edge of the river. And now they knew that this footprints is this Pushiopolemus. So they were all talking to each other. So let's wait here and find out. Today we have to find out this animal. So they went along the bank of the river a little way, and they saw a place where the grass was high and thick, and they guessed that this Pushiopoleus was there. So they all joined together and made a great circle around the high grass. So now you can think, அப்படியே எல்லாம் கூடி அவங்க கையை கோர்த்துட்டு என்ன பண்ணாங்களா அந்த monkeysலாம். So they thought that this Pushmi Pulios is inside the grass, and they rounded up. the புல்லை சுத்தில round பண்ணிட்டாங்க. So they all joined together and made a circle around the high grass. The Pushmi Pulio heard them coming. So now this animal Pushmi Pulios heard the sound of the monkeys coming, and he tried hard to break through the rings of monkeys, but they couldn't. So they thought they can easily escape from these monkeys, but they couldn't. So when he saw that it was no use trying to escape, they sat down and waited to see what they want to do. So they asked him, monkeys, they asked him how he would go with the Dr. Dolittle and put on a show in the land of man. So they were telling that there is a man named Dolittle. He's a very kind man, and but he has no money. So we want, like the monkeys want to take this Pushiopoleus to that man, and the people would pay to see the two-headed animal. So if you go and be there with the Dr. Dolittle, he will take you to the zoo and he can earn money out of it. So they could pay more things. So they were telling like that. These monkeys were telling to the Pushiopoleus. But this Pushiopoleus was said, no. You know how shy I am. Actually, I told you that this Pushiopoleus was very shy animal, and they hesitated to go along with the monkeys. But then they waited for 3 days, and then later on these monkeys, they convinced this Pushiopoleus, and at last they started to go to the doctor house. So they knocked on the door. And the duck came in, and the duck is said as Chichi, and he proudly welcomed this Pushiopoleus inside the house. So when they entered the house, Dr. Dolittle, looking at the strange creature, he was happy, but the duck was so frightened, means he got scared seeing these animals. This is the rarest animal, isn't it? So when the duck saw it, it was a little bit shivering, but then he has said the Dr. Dolittle also has a dog, and the dog name is Jip. And this doctor said Chichi is a Pushmi Pulios, the rarest animal of African jungles. So the two-headed animal beast in the world. Taking home and with you and feed them. So doctor told about this rarest animal, and now, but Dr. Dolittle was telling to the Jib and the Chichi that he doesn't want to make money out of this. He doesn't want to do anything, or he doesn't want this Pushiopolemus to take them back to the zoo and earn money. And now this Chichi and this duck, they were telling to the Dr. Dolittle, see, we don't have plenty of money. We are very poor. We don't have money. And you can make money out of this Pushiopolemus. But doctor did not accept what Jib and the Chichi told him. So he said, no, I'm not going to make anything. I'm not going to make money out of it. I'm just going to keep them in my house. So later on, this Pushiopolemus trusted this man, Dr. Dolittle, and they found that he was a very kind man and is not going to harm them or do anything them. So they trusted, like they came to know, this Pushypolymus and the monkeys, on all those animals, they came to know that he is a man who is very kind to the animals. So that the monkeys also told that the same thing, that Dr. told, it is a very kind man, but only thing, he doesn't have money. So they were there. The Pushypolymus was staying in the doctor's house, and they were all staying happy. So this was the lesson that we could see in this, the rarest animals of all. When you have time, go through, read the lesson, and you will know what it is all. Okay. So coming to the book exercise, we have a possessive adjectives. We learned about possessive pronouns. Okay. So instead of, what is possessive pronouns? So instead of this possessive pronouns, we are going to, instead of possessive pronouns only, we are going to use possessive adjectives. So we know the adjectives which answer the question like whose, my, her, their, his, and it is of some common possessive adjectives. Okay. So here possessive pronouns means they are used instead of nouns. Possessive adjectives are used before nouns and pronouns. For example, this is my pet. That is our house. So you can see, this is my. My is a possessive adjective. Okay, it is a pet is a noun, and it is instead before a noun. If a house is a noun, and in her is a possessive adjective. Possessive adjectives will be always used before a noun. Or a noun irukum adukku before, adukku pakkathula irukakudiyadha possessive adjectives. Go through all this and complete your workbook exercise also. Some questions and antonyms, synonyms will be given as a classwork. You can copy it in your classwork note and finish all the textbook exercises and the classwork exercises, classwork and the workbook exercises. Okay, when you can read the lesson and find out what it is given inside the lesson. Thank you, children.